5.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries. As we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media, this is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining us. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I deliver that every day right here on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
Well, I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money. I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, we are celebrating today. I don't know about this one. Today is National Sardines Day.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Yes, can we go back to yesterday when we had cashews? Just throw that out there for you. I don't know. That one that doesn't seem to excite me as much as some of the others. But hey, let's move on and see what's going on in the world today beyond our sardines. Dow Jones Industrial Average for the first time ever goes over 30,000. Yeah, the Dow Jones up 481 points as we speak right now. We're also looking at the S&P 500 up 53, the NASDAQ up 112, oil up $1.87 a barrel, up 187 a barrel. Wow. Should I even look? Do you want me to tell you what the bad news is? Do you want me to tell you what the good news is? I'll tell you. Gasoline, national average, $2.11 per gallon. If you want to get the lowest price gas in the land, go to Missouri, $1.76. Highest priced on the mainland, of course, it is Calizuela, $3.17.1. It's the only state in the union, the only state in the mainland, I should say, that's over $3 a gallon. The only other state, yeah, that would be Hawaii. How much gasoline do they produce in Hawaii? Right, they're shipping it in from the mainland, yet Calizuela, we produce it. Comes into the ports here if we have to import it. And because of all of our lovely regulation, we get to pay the highest prices in the land. Unbelievable. 10-year Treasury is up about 3 basis points to 0.884. Means we're going to see a little bit higher on the home loan rates. But hey, let's take a look at what else is going on here in the world as we look at it today. Just, I have some folks that tell me science will win. Now, they talk about the pandemic. Science will win, yes. Businesses lose. People's livelihoods lose. People's jobs lose. People's, in some cases, unfortunately, life they lose. But, you know something? They can continue their song and dance about science winning. Unreal, because this is kind of just crazy how that continues to go on. It does not make any sense to me why we continue to have these same issues, the same commentary. But now there's some quantifying of it because I haven't believed it in the first place. I've gotten in some battles with people. But, I've watched some of these things, and according to new data from Los Angeles County's Department of Public Health, COVID-19 cases traced back to the county's restaurants and bars account for just 3.1%, or 70 of the total 2,257 confirmed cases found from 204 outbreak locations. 70 cases. So we're going to close down all the restaurants, put the restaurant owners out of business, put the wait staff out of business. They're going to be hurting as well, right? So we're going to have all these people hurting because we've had 70 cases of COVID found in these outbreak locations. Restaurant and bar locations where cases were tracked back included mostly chains. And the chains that are staying open, right? The locations include McDonald's, Panda Express, Subway, The Habit Grill, Burger King, Chabolitas Restaurant, Domino's Pizza North Hollywood, Jack in the Box, Langer's Deli, Berlin Cafe, and the study at Hedrick at UCLA. Right? These are the places where the COVID cases are coming. 7.27% of COVID cases were tracked back to government agencies, including LA County entities like the Registrar, the Fire Department, Department of Parks and Recreation. Out of the total confirmed cases, 2,249 of them were traced to staff members at workplaces, food and retail stores, while just 8 cases came from non-staff members. Let's keep putting these businesses out of business. You gotta love what we do with Los Angeles, because you got all these people that just have no clue about business. Unreal how we continue this, and I'm not going to say anything about, just breaking the rules. I don't want to say that we break the rules. Dr. Barbara Ferrari, the director of Los Angeles County Department of Public Health, said at a press conference that the increase is the highest weekly spike in cases she has seen. Also said between November 7th and November 20th, there's been a 61% increase in hospitalization, a pace of increase that could potentially lead to overwhelming the healthcare system. But she does not talk about the fact that the cases are shorter in duration, recovery is quicker, and where the issues are coming from. But you just look at these things and you just have to say, well, why is it that we're closing down the restaurants, bars, breweries, wineries, when that's not the cause of the problem? Well, it's because we've got some of these same old people that are just running the system. The more they run the system, the more they think they know better than everybody else. And I'm the first to say that it made sense to me back when we, in March and April, shutting down, if I would have known that it would have led to mayors like Garcetti, governors like Gruesome or Kilme Como, right? I would not have thought that it would have made any sense at all. But with those guys, Kilme Cuomo, look at him, he gets an Emmy, and you get loons like Robert De Niro, Billy Crystal, praising him for his leadership. Killed more people, his policies killed more people than we've lost in the Middle East in the last 10 years, maybe even the last 20 years. Just because he sent people infected with COVID-19 back into nursing homes. His policy did that, and now he's getting an Emmy for doing that. I wonder if he'll get a Nobel Peace Prize, just like President Obama did when he did nothing. I just watch, I digress, I tell you the information as I see it. Let's continue on with what we're seeing in the news today. So, you gotta watch, I love watching the news. Fox News, KTLA, all of them are loons. They come out, and once Michigan certified that they certified their votes. Now, it doesn't mean that anybody agrees with it, but they've certified their votes. So they certify the votes, and the president tells the GSA to do what they need to do with the transition of power. They don't come up and say that the president has said right along that he would do it's kind of funny. I listen to lunatics like The View, right? I don't know what that's. I think that's just it's in the ABC News department. I think it should be in the ABC hate department. I don't know if ABC has a hate department. I probably shouldn't say that, being that our program is broadcast on part of the ABC News and Talk Network. But The View, the hate show View, right? They talk about they're worried about whether President Trump would not leave office if he had lost the election. Have you seen where any of the rioting, looting, damage has come from the Republican side? Right? Antifa, BLM, those are all left-wing organizations. Yet we don't hear anything along those lines. But President Trump does not concede. He said the idea here of authorizing the transfer of money, the government spending $6 million, that's like you and I going to Starbucks, right? But spend $6 million in funds to assist the Biden transition team. Does not mean that the president is conceding, because there are so many questions that a sane mind would ask. Like in Michigan, how do you have more people voting than are on the voter rolls, that are than are registered to vote? How does that happen? Or you get an area that has a 14% increase in population, yet a 50% increase in voting. How does that happen? Arizona, similar numbers in Arizona. You have Pennsylvania. You have Georgia. All these places where you've got these same issues, where you've got more people voting than are registered, more in the increase. Now, if the increase went from 14, if you have an increase of 14% of the population, and you say, okay, the increase was 20% because it's a more, influenced race. It's a heated race. People have their own opinions. Okay, I get it. But 14% of the population increases the voter roll by 50%. You got to start questioning some of these things. But no, the liberals don't want that. When it happens the other way, and it will, we're going to see what happens if the liberals want to have these numbers certified then, because they're the same ones that said that this Dominion voting system should not be allowed. So why is it allowed now? Well, because it's in their best interest. But if you just look back and you say, 2017, Hillary Clinton says there's Russian election interference. 2018, Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, we know the same Nancy Pelosi.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
She was claiming Russian interference. Chicken shift. 2019, Russian election interference. 2020, our elections are totally safe and secure. How does that happen? How does that change overnight? Can somebody help me understand some of these issues? I'm a simple guy. I can sit here and speculate just like anybody else, but I'm just curious as to how some people come up with these ideas that this is the right answer. These are the right solutions. These are safe and secure elections. And oh, by the way, we don't want to look into any of it because it might dispel the myth that's being told. And the president's saying, you know something, there are 72 million people that don't necessarily want to be disenfranchised. They want their votes counted. They don't want to have the different rules in one part of the country, maybe even one part of the state. Think about this. If you're in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and you make a mistake on your mail-in ballot or your absentee ballot, they call you and they say, let's fix it. If you're in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, it gets thrown away. Doesn't that tell you that somebody in Philadelphia is getting a better opportunity, a weighted average, more than somebody in Harrisburg? Now, I don't know who they voted for. It doesn't matter to me. I just think they should be one and the same. Same rules should apply to everybody in the state, being that that's the way our elections are. We vote by state. We don't vote in a popular vote, thank goodness, because California and New York City will control the entire country. Do we want the entire country to look like California? Right? Homelessness. Look at San Francisco. You got homelessness. You got hypodermic needles, feces in the streets. Los Angeles, it's all boarded up. That's a lovely place, right? Or New York City, the ghost town now. You know, we thought that Batman was a fiction. That really looks like Gotham City now, right? I mean, nobody on the streets. Nobody wants to be on the streets. Law enforcement is being handcuffed. I just throw that out there for you. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, don't let buyer competition keep you from purchasing a home. Is buying a home today a good financial move? Strategically, a simple strategic process to accelerate the payoff of your home loan. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, at Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you, but the replay is available. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Estate Radio is hosted by local real estate and finance expert Ron Siegel. The purpose of this show is to help consumers understand what's really going on in our local real estate market. We're teaching you the why and the how-to, so you'll always be one step ahead of everyone else. Whether you need to sell your home for top dollar, refinance and save money, or even buy a bargain in Southern California, Ron Siegel can help. Call Ron directly at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Take advantage of speaking with Ron anytime you're entering a real estate transaction. Having someone who can answer all of your questions that truly cares about you and your family's best interest is priceless. Call Ron Siegel today and you'll be glad you did. 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or you can visit realestateradio.com for more info.
Blue Water Credit Repair is the industry leader in fixing bad credit. Did you know a 40-point increase in your credit score can save you $40,000 on a home loan and $4,000 on a car loan? You deserve good credit and peace of mind. Take the first step today and go to bluewatercredit.com and register for a free consultation from one of their credit repair experts. That's bluewatercredit.com.
Trimming of your retirement does not include losing your house. However, due to today's lower stock market, higher medical bills, and taxes, many retirees face this very problem. This is why it is necessary that you, as a baby boomer considering retirement within the next 10 years, understand reverse mortgages and what one could do for you or your parents. A reverse mortgage could make it possible for you or your parents to travel, buy a second home, or start a new business. For more information about reverse mortgages, just call our off-air number at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990, or visit realestateradio.com and click the free workshop button.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Well, welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage. When you're ready for that next mortgage, Gold Star, they've got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Dow Jones now up 478 points. NASDAQ up 118. The S&P 500 is up 55. 10-year Treasury is at 0.885. The mortgage-backed securities, they're down just a little bit. Right square in the middle of their trading range. Is that good or bad? Well, it depends, but let's see what's moving the markets today because, you know, you can get all that other information anywhere. You come to Ron Siegel Radio for the why is it happening. So the stocks are higher on news that President-elect Joe Biden has chosen Janet Yellen as the next Treasury Secretary. Extremely accommodative. The markets likely feel that she will help to provide more stimulus. Mortgage bonds are trading near unchanged levels so far, so we'll see what happens from her. We'll see what happens with the numbers that she shares. It fascinates me when you just watch some of what's going on with her and with the market, because she ran the Federal Reserve for quite a while, and she had some opportunities there that she just didn't take. She could have increased the interest rates when the economy was going well under the Obama administration, or as well as it ever did under the Obama administration, right? I mean, we do know that there were some challenges there, right? And it was a very moderate recovery, but there were some opportunities there. She didn't have the gumption to do it. What do you think is going to happen now? Do you think she's going to push for any fiscal responsibility? You got to wonder. Case-Shiller Home Price Index, which is considered the gold standard for appreciation, showed that nationally there was a 7% annual gain in September, up from already strong reading of 5.8% in August. The 20-city index rose from 5.3 to 6.6% year over year, with all of the cities showing strong gains. So home appreciation, now remember, that's median home price. Median home price means half the homes above the middle and half below. So it's right there square in the middle. That means that if it's the more expensive homes that are selling, it will influence these numbers. Phoenix, Seattle, and San Diego reported the highest annual gains among the 20 cities. Phoenix prices rose 11.4%, followed by Seattle with a 10.1% increase, and San Diego with a 9.5% increase. The 7% national reading is even stronger than our forecast of 5.5% to 6% year over year. Make sure to quantify the opportunity in housing to your customers, your family, your friends. Someone buying a $300,000 home that gained 7% in appreciation would benefit by just over $21,000 in just 1 year on appreciation alone. The equity gain with amortization would be even greater. So we've got the chart. I'm going to share these charts in just a few minutes on our social channels. The FHFA, that's a better one, I think. Federal Housing Finance Agency released their home price index, which measures home price appreciation on single-family homes with conforming loan limits. So you could have $1 million home, but it's still got to have a conforming loan on there. That means that person has just a lot more equity than many of us. The report most likely is representing lower price homes where supply is tightest and demand is greatest. It should be no surprise that it is even stronger than the Case-Shiller report. Home prices rose 1.5% in September and are up 9% year over year, which is even much higher than the 8% reading in the previous report. And if we look on the western part of the country, 9.7% in California. Oof. Year over year is the number. 1.8 is the month over month number just for us here in Calizuela. Will the appreciation trend continue is the question. While single-family home construction is rising slowly, it is not even close to meeting the demand, especially in the lower price tiers. In addition, single-family building permits, which are an indicator of future construction, were basically flat in October, suggesting construction is not going to rise significantly in the winter months. This should exacerbate an already tight supply issue with record low levels of inventory. Additionally, demand should continue to rise due to demographics, due to birth rates 33 years ago. We should see an increasing number of first-time home buyers enter the market over the next several years, which increases the demand. So we're going to get a lot of our reports are going to come out tomorrow that we normally get over time, just because we're trying to stuff everything into a shorter week. So that is the Mortgage Minute brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage. Hey, you can text REFI to 79564, text REFI to 79564, or My Home Mortgage to 79564. You'll be able to get all the information that you need if you want to start restructuring your home loan. And when I say restructuring your home loan, that's an important issue. Why? Well, because I want to show you some information on just how you can deal with a home restructure. And I'm going to see if I can get this to show up on my screen so I can share this with you, because it does become a little bit complicated. And I know that it's complication. You don't have any problem with the complication idea. But I'm going to think we're going to save this till the next segment because I want to run through an idea, strategy. I've told you many, many times that strategy beats rate always. Yet I hear people say, well, I'm going to go get that low price loan. What are you going to do with it? Well, I'm going to pay a little bit less money every month. Is that going to help you get to your goals and objectives? Is it going to help you lower the balance of your loan? Is it going to help you pay off your loan quicker if that is your goal? Well, it could, but it could just extend the time frame on your loan. I'm going to show you some ideas when we come back on how you can actually benefit, maybe even increase in interest rate, or maybe do a different strategy, how you could actually really benefit. How do you make 4 payments on your house look like 10? Would that be of interest to you? We'll talk about that. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Hi, we're here with Ron Siegel, the host of Real Estate Radio. Ron, welcome to the studio. Give us insight as to what your show is all about.
Hi, Eric. Thanks for having me. Thanks for asking me that question. The reason we developed Real Estate Radio is right now there is an abundance of misinformation out there. So Real Estate Radio is a show designed to give Southern California a focal point for their real estate knowledge, as well as a place to go just in case they might need anything real estate related.
So how are you helping people?
That's actually pretty simple. People need advice. So it doesn't matter who you are. If you have any real estate questions, we're here to help. Whether you're buying a home, selling, you're experiencing a loan modification, short sale, foreclosure, there are a lot of things going on in this marketplace.
How can people get a hold of you?
Real easy. All you have to do is call. The number is 1-800-306-1990. Press option 1.
Interesting times in the market right now. Where do you think the markets are going from here?
That's a great question. All I can say is this. The housing market came down one house at a time, and what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build it one house, one family at a time. So the best thing that anyone can do is access the free advice that we really want to give you. And to do that, you simply need to call me. The number is 1-800-306-1990, option 1. I'd really love to help.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564. Are
you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel lending team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Well, welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. the real-time real estate segment today, being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. The Digest, it's the only place I know of that's going to give you a monthly email that's going to tell you precisely what the county recorder knows about your property, and it's going to tell you precisely what the market believes about your property. Free every month. It comes to you right there in your email. All you have to do is look for it and read it, and you'll have all the information that I think is great for you to have. I think it helps a lot of people with the just the knowledge. I mean, right? I mean, that's the whole issue, is it's all about knowledge. It's about making educated decisions. You get all this information from your bank account. You get the information from your savings, from your stock portfolio. Yet we don't get the information on our largest asset, our largest liability. So that just gives it to you right there. Morning Radio Talk. Don't let the buyer competition keep you from purchasing a home. This year's record low mortgage rates sparked high demand among home buyers. Current home buyers, however, haven't put their houses on the market so quickly. This makes finding a home to buy today challenging for many potential buyers. With an obstacle like this, those searching for their dream homes may be pressing pause on their searches as we approach the end of the year. But that could be a big mistake for many hopeful house hunters. Here's why. According to the most recent Housing Trends report from the National Association of Home Builders, quote, the length of time spent searching for a home continues to grow, unquote. The report indicates that 62% of buyers now spend 3 months or more looking for a home, an increase from 58% 1 year ago. A primary cause for the delay is the heavy competition today's buyers face when making an offer on a home. Based on recent data from the National Association of Realtors, the average house in today's market receives 3.4 offers before it's sold. This means for every buyer who purchases a home, there are on average 2 or 3 buyers who have to begin their search all over again. Compared to this time last year, the National Association of Home Builders report shows that buyers are having more success finding homes in their price range. However, it also notes the percentage of buyers saying they're getting outbid when they make an offer has jumped from 15% to 27%. Buyers are indicating that bidding wars are a major obstacle to finding their dream home. If you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, any of our social channels, or the AM 1490 KMET ABC News and Talk video feed, you're going to see a chart right now that gives the top reasons buyers active for over 3 months have not been successful. Can't find a home at a price I can afford. In 2019, that was 45%. In 2020, it's 39%. Getting outbid when I make an offer. In 2019, that was 15%. 2020, that's 27%, nearly double. If it is a challenge you're up against in your home search, you're not alone. Feeling stuck in the process can be frustrating. But if there's ever been a year to power through, this is the one. National Association of Home Builders noted difficulties finding a home to buy will likely lead to 20% of active buyers to give up until next year or later. That share is up from 15% a year earlier. Experts anticipate home prices will continue to rise into 2021, and the incredibly low interest rates we've seen this year are also forecasted to increase as the economy strengthens. Hopeful home buyers who decide to hold off on their search until there's less competition run the risk of a more expensive housing market when they start looking again. If affordability is a key motivator behind your decision to buy a home, this winter is still the best time to make it happen. Bottom line, bidding wars may be one of the greatest challenges buyers face in today's housing market, but they shouldn't be a deal breaker. Having the right expert on your side throughout the buying process will give you the advantage you need when it comes to finding the right home and making a competitive offer. If you're ready to buy, let's chat. Let's get the process started. Let's see how we can help you. That is the Real-Time Real Estate segment, again, brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. So before the break, I was chatting with you about my assertion That strategy beats rate always. Strategy beats rate always. And I have people that wonder about that. And today, I am going to dispel the myth for everybody about why I say strategy beats rate always. And we're going to do a little show and tell for those of you that are watching us on ronsiegelradio.tv. We're going to do a little bit of bird's eye view, as the late Chick Hearn would say, for those of you that are listening to us on any of the terrestrial stations. But we're taking a property value, and I should have updated the value all the way across, but the current value of this property is $575,000. They have a loan amount of $394,354. Their current interest rate is 3.5%. So what are we looking at? What are the opportunities for change? That's what we're talking about here. So we're considering or contemplating going to either a 2.875 interest rate, 2.924 for those of you that are keeping score on the APR, or going to a 2.375. Right, so there's the numbers, and I did have a bit of an error on this sheet, so I'm going to correct that real quick. But hey, here's the idea, and I have this where I can actually do this for folks right on the fly as I do a consultation with them and show them what some of these numbers can look like in for their family, for their household. So when we go through and we look at some of the numbers, and hopefully that'll update here in just a second, but we're looking at the concept here of what do the numbers mean for you and your family. Right, so it didn't update. I don't know why it didn't do that, but we'll get it fixed before the next segment. But we're going through here and we're talking about what the interest rates changes are, what these mean to you and your family, where the payments happen. So our payment on this project, if we go through with currently I should say, I'm sorry, easy for me to say, right? If we go through the process and we look at this and we say, what is the current payment? That was what I was trying to spit out unsuccessfully. What is the current payment based on that 3.5% interest rate? And where do the numbers fall out if we change our strategy a little bit? So the payment on the 3.5 is $2369.58. If we go to a 30-year, just go to a 30-year straight refinance, payment's going to drop by $308. $308. Now, we look at that and we say, that's a pretty good number. I like the idea of saving $308, but what if I do better than that? What if I buy down the interest rate and we have a better number? We buy that down to 2.375. And I hear people say all the time, well, I'm not going to ever buy down an interest rate. Ron, you got to be crazy. Well, maybe I am crazy. That's a different subject. But what I want to chat with you about is how is that going to affect what's happening for this family, right? So in this situation, in this scenario, we've taken it and gone down, and when we look at all these things, we can click into more information on everything and see where all the numbers come from. This is what we do for our private clients when we're giving them all this data so they can actually see exactly what's going into the program. So we didn't put anything in for a homeowners association, but we did put in hazard insurance, mortgage insurance, if there is any. There may not even be any, right? So those are the numbers that we're going to be looking at for the family. This particular family had mortgage insurance of $172, right? So we're watching on that for you. But hey, let's continue our journey and go back to where we were. So we're looking at this, and we take our payment from $2369 to $2,061. We could buy it down to $1988. That's because of changing the interest, getting that lower interest rate to 2.375. And again, for you that are playing at home, 2.576 is the APR on that one. But what do we do with the savings? Right, you've been making that $2,369 payment all this time. And what are you doing with the savings? Because you're going to have savings of $380.78 a month under that buy down scenario. What do you do with that? Some people will say, I'm just going to spend it. Well, you could. That's your choice. And if you do that, your loan's going to take you 30 years to pay off. So under the first two scenarios, just by reducing your payment by roughly $300 a month, you're going to you have the opportunity of, doing some good things. $308, right? You're going to have a 30-year payoff. You've got $308 extra in your pocket to go out and spend every month. But if you buy it down, now you're reducing your payment by $380.78 every month. What if you took that same amount of money and just added that to your payment every month? Now, think about this concept, because so many people don't want to think about, what is my goal? What is my strategy? They don't think about that. Well, the strategy here is that you're going to pay that 30-year loan off in 22 and a quarter years. You're going to save 7 3/4 years on your payments. What does that mean to your family? What is 7 3/4 years to your family? So think about this. We're going to look at that right now, because over 15 years, right? We're just going to look at the first 15 years of this. You're going to save $100,000. That's a staggering number, right? $100,000 you're going to save by employing the right strategy for your home. Now, I know this sounds complicated. I know it sounds complex. But when we show it to you for your family, for your situation, you see it's not really that complicated. It's not really that complex. And the break even between the 30-year strategy and the buy down strategy is about 5 years. Right? So over the first 5 years, you're going to be making that lower interest payment. You're going to be making a payment, and that's just if you don't accelerate your payments. Right? Just going with the buy down, it's 5 years. And oh yes, I did include the cost of doing it, right? You can't go through and just say, well, Ron, you have to include the cost if you're going to do this kind of thing. Well, of course you do. Right? So the bottom line here is you're going to be saving, and I don't know, maybe saving over the next 15 years. Maybe you've got a better way over the next 15 years to save $100,000. Right? And that's just the interest that we're talking about here. So I'm going to give you that information. You've got it on Ron Siegel Radio. We're going to talk more about it when we come back. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams, or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation mortgage adoption plan. You be the judge if it's right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to map@ronsiegelradio.com, or call today Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporation and MLS 217037 and BCalBRE number 018694552.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Do you believe Southern California real estate is a great investment? Are you a little short to be a cash investor? Are you missing the Social Security card or tax returns? The Siegel Lending Team has the loans for you. Common Sense Lending is back. Yes, there's a cost to higher risk, but the reward can be great. Call today for details. 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 217037 and DRE number 1869452.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The featured home segment today being brought to you by MySoCalLender.com. MySoCalLender.com. They've got the information for you. All the good information that you need to find that next home, to finance that next home. Go right over there and check them out. Today's property brought to you by Melinda Johnson, 1908 Garrettson Avenue in Corona. 4 bedrooms, 4 full bathrooms, single story, 3-bedroom, 2-bath on a flat, expansive half-acre, plus a 1-bedroom, 1-bath guest home, ADU, mother-in-law's unit, with its own fireplace and private backyard. Looking for help paying the mortgage? Live in one, rent the other. Looking for investment property? Keep current lovely tenants. We understand that both units may be rented out under the current ADU laws, but buyer must confirm that. At time of tenant placement, could be only rented together as one. However, expansive new ADU laws in place now might allow a more comprehensive income opportunity. Priced at $590,000. Wow, look at the numbers on this one. If you're watching us again on RonSiegelRadio.tv, our socials, or AM 1490 KMET, ABC News and Talk, the video feed. 5% down, $29,500. Estimated payment of $32.81, 30-year fixed rate, 10% down, $2.875, and that gives you a payment of $3,079, or the 30-year fixed with 20% down, $2,635. For those of you keeping score at home, that would be a 3.218 APR, 3.0983 APR, and a 2.812 APR, and MLS 217037. That is the featured home today. Again, it's 1908 Garrettson Avenue. If you want more information, Melinda Johnson is the agent. I just talk about these things. She's the one that can actually help with the property. She's got the contact. So if you want more information, you want to meet Melinda, give me a call again, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. So before the break, we were chatting a bit about some of these opportunities to strategically save some money on the purchase or on paying off or buying down or paying strategically your home. So we always want to look at these numbers and see, okay, do they make sense? How do we make them work? And I'm going to give you some more numbers. I'm going to tell you again, if you want all the information here on this, All you have to do is reach out to us. We need a copy of your current mortgage statement. That's all it takes on our behalf for us to give you all this data that you're looking for on all the strategies on how to make these things work. And as I've shared with you many, many times, and I will tell it to you until I am blue in the face, strategy beats rate always. Strategy beats rate always. Why do I say that? Because I've been showing you these numbers on how to save a boatload of money. Now, when I did these numbers, the couple of things that I did not even plug in, which are additional benefits for you, nothing that would be a hindrance, but they are additional benefits, is that I didn't even plug in appreciation. We didn't even talk about net worth, right? So the numbers I gave you in the last segment actually were $100,000 extra in net worth. The interest savings over 15 years, I had that, the principal savings, the interest savings. Under your current plan, you're going to spend $175,615 on interest during the next 15 years. If you go strategically, $102,963, call it $103,000. So that's $72,600 in savings. $72,600 in savings. I'm just throwing that out there for you because a lot of people are going to go online and they hear the dumb commercials on TV that are very, very misleading. And I'll tell you why they're misleading. So you hear these commercials that tell you you can get a 2.625 30-year fixed rate, no costs. Well, first off, for most of those programs, not all, but most of them, it's what they call a base rate loan. So what is a base rate loan? A base rate loan is a purchase loan, 40% equity. That means a 40% down payment, $500,000 loan amounts. You're probably talking about an $800,000 house with $500,000 loan, roughly, give or take, $750 maybe. I don't have the calculator going right now while I'm on broadcasting. You got to have a excellent credit, 750 or better, single family residence, no condo. That's kind of where you're looking at on this. Now, here's the issue. And the only way I know this, not that I call them all the time and ask them, but the way I know it is I see some of these commercials on TV. And the technical nerd that I am, I just stop the TV. I freeze it with my TiVo or whatever you call these things nowadays. So I freeze the frame. I take a picture of it, enhance it because the print is so small I can't read it. And you can see actually what the fine print really says that goes by there. I mean, they give you 500 words in ultra fine print going by in about 4 or 5 seconds, maybe 3 seconds. And you're supposed to know what the heck that says. I'm a simple guy, right? So all I can do is freeze the frame and go and look at it, blow it up, enhance it. And that's how I tell you what this data really says. Now, how many people do you know, and maybe are you one of them, that's actually going to be buying a $500,000 house and putting 40% down? Not many people, right? $500,000. If you had 40% to put down, you're going to probably be looking at a larger house, right? I mean, just doesn't that make sense to you? So right here, you're looking. I think if I'm doing my math correctly, that you're looking at an $833,000 home with 40% down payment, or let me look at this again. $835,000 at a 60% loan to value, and my calculator doesn't want to work. Let's try it again. Times 60%. Yes, that's 501. So you're looking at an $835,000 house. If you're thinking about buying an $835,000 house, are you going to put 40% down? Or might you say that on an $835,000, you might be looking at, say, maybe 20% down. And if you do a 20% down, you're still in the conforming loan arena, right? So you could actually go and if you can afford it, I'm not saying anything about affordability, I'm just talking about numbers. You could actually buy a $950,000 house, stay in the high balance limits for Orange County, right? You're still staying above the numbers, above that 765, 20% down. and you've got more reserves, so it makes it safer for you. I'm just submitting that you're probably better off. Who's going to put 40% down on a new home purchase if they're spending $800,000? Not the norm. Some people do, but it's not really the norm. So I'm throwing that out to you. That's why I talked to you about strategy. Strategy beats rate always. And you are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, your current events, financial markets. As always, I ask that first radio preset button to come back here and join me every day on Ron Siegel Radio anytime. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.